This is actually an interesting one, and I do want to take this. And guys, any Broncos questions, I really want to hear them, simply because
Look at their
I
schedule.
need something to distract from the
Right.
fact that I know my
I know they
team is
play
going to be
Chiefs
absolutely
twice,
awful.
so
Oh, well, yeah, we know that's
it's
about.
not a good schedule coming up. Yeah. Ooh,
Ravens, Chiefs, Cardinals, Rams.
I think they only can get one,
Chargers.
honestly.
Chiefs.
Chiefs, Cardinals.
I'd say
They
the
might beat
Rams.
The Ravens.
Rams is if Stafford doesn't play.
Yeah, no.
So-
But the
So
Ravens.
here's
has
what my
not
problem
been-
is.
The
Here's what my
Ravens have
problem
not
is.
been-
I don't think I think it's more than possible we lose out. And the reason is what would normally have been the case is the defense was still holding on to hope that our veteran quarterback in Russell Wilson would remember how to play football. And
Hey,
I
Doug.
think they're now at a point where they realize that that's likely not happening.
Mm.
And we saw a lot of what happened in this past game where there wasn't the same sense of urgency. They didn't have the same speed to the ball. They didn't have the same drive, that extra oomph that we've had every other game up to this point. Gone.
Well, if you don't have no speed in your balls, that sounds like a personal problem. So
got no
I
Wow.
agree. I
No
agree.
marbles.
Vamos! You have
Yo!
no vamos!
Yo need yo no marbles.
Vamos? Huevos?
Marbles. I had to.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm late. I got to get him in as much as possible. Okay.
That's what she said.
Exactly. Oh, and a ringer from the coach.
Yes, sir.
That,
Yes,
that
sir.
was top rope.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
top rope. Nice.
Yeah.
Macho
Macho Man Savage, baby. Yes,
Yeah,
indeed.
I think
Well, hey,
DZ
Ed Mitchell, they
don't
DZ
have a
asked
first
for the
rounder.
schedule. Oh.
They don't
Edward,
got a
it is
first
what it
rounder.
is.
They can have the number one pick in the draft, and you know who gets the
Hey.
first rounder? Seattle.
Seattle.
Can you imagine a world where they not only hit on the draft this past year, but get the best quarterback in the draft next year by
And
trading Russell
potentially
Wilson?
make the playoffs.
Right. Make the playoffs. Make the playoffs. The Broncos don't, and then they turn around and get the number one quarterback in all of football, and probably C.J. Stroud. I'm guessing, and as their future franchise quarterback.
So
With the number
if
one pick.
that happens prior to the 2023 season start, a statue of Pete Carroll needs to be put in front of the stadium with lights and everything, because at the end of the day, doing what they've done to end up bolstering their franchise, if they're able to go in that direction, is just incredible as a franchise to put yourself in that situation, because what they did this year is exactly what I've been saying the Broncos need to have done or should have done the last several years, which is you got to stop drafting these fantastic positional players or skill position guys, and you have to bolster the trenches, the offensive line and the defensive line, because then when you bring in a quarterback, they're going to be able to stand up and they're going to be able to throw the ball, see the field, and not get knocked over. And you can choose what you want to do. Do you want to run or do you want to pass? But you can't do that unless you have a solid offensive line that's capable of doing one or the other or both. And what Seattle has done is they've drafted to fit their mold at the offensive line position with Abrams and Cross at the left tackle and right tackle. Yeah.
I just thought I'd throw that out there.
No, it's and this is actually one of the things where I disagree with some of Broncos country when they're saying George Payton should be beyond reproach. You should not be criticizing Payton. This is not a Payton issue because so many of you fans wanted Russell Wilson. I'm on record saying I wanted Aaron Rodgers over Russell Wilson.
You are on record. I will back you.
I don't know how many
And-
times I have to say it.
And I think Alex
and-
and I said it on this show is that we were concerned whether or not that was the whole play in the first place, why they got Hackett, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've been
I
on
think
that.
it was, man.
I'm waiting for that story to break out. I'm be like,
No,
especially if they fire Hackett. Let's say hypothetically they fire Hackett after this year and say that we didn't really. He was only here for the express interest of getting Aaron.
Yeah,
And
we
if
didn't
Aaron-
know that guy, he wasn't our friend.
Right. So that'll be interesting to say that they're gonna hire another coach because to kind of work with Russell better because Hackett was never their first choice, or they were first choice only with the caveat to get Aaron. If they didn't get Aaron, then it was kind of like a placeholder type deal. But you know.
But the problem, this is ultimately the issue that we have, which is where does the balance of the blame and at the end of the day, as fans, as fanalists, as everyone who kind of is really invested in your team.
I like that.
I do too. I was thinking the same thing, Cal. I like that.
Hey, that's my word. I've said it.
No,
before.
Copyright goes to Richie Rich.
Right. We will give you credit for that one.
So I mean, at the end of the day, when we're really digging deeper into these things, you need to do a proper assessment. And in order to do a proper assessment, you have to go back and watch the All-22. You have to go back and watch even the game film if you don't have access to the All-22. And you need to start looking at where guys were and if certain positions and certain plays and whatnot had open receivers. And sadly, and this is what I think what the real issue is going to be when you actually go back and look at the Denver so far, the 2022 season, is Russell Wilson missed more wide open receivers than the fans that are clamoring to fire Hackett care to ever admit. And that's a problem. You cannot have a veteran quarterback who's supposedly this elite quarterback in the league. You cannot have someone miss that many wide open receivers, period.
Yeah. I definitely agree. You know, it's like he almost Russell has a complex. Like something happened. He had a nightmare.
He's Mr. Unlimited.
Oh, really?
You never seen that video?
I have. That's the bad thing. I have. I lost a few moments of my life after seeing it.
Also, I mean, nobody went to his birthday party, man. Like,
well, I saw a tweet just now that said that half of this team showed up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's rough.
He's Bo Callahan, you know.
Yeah.
That one I saw. Bo Callahan.
And they're both from Wisconsin. So
hey, there you go.
Coincidence? I think not.
Yeah. There you go.
I was gonna say,
and they were trading with Seattle.
Right.
Line it up.
This movie is from the future.
It is.
Right.
The short answer is yes.
In order for them not to get like, was it people got like Wilson going after them for slander, libel, you're the lawyer, dude. What the hell am I talking about? In order for them defamation. Thank you. That's why we got a friggin' lawyer on the panel. But in order for them not to go after them for defamation, they made Bo Callahan white. It can't be you, Russ. That dude's white, and his name is Bo. Okay, Bo. It ain't you. Snicker. Yeah, it was.
Well, to be fair, we have a lawyer on the panel because we are fearing of getting sued by the content that we push out with you on the show, Cap. That's really why we have the lawyer. Secondary to correct issues.
General counsel of the show.
There you go. We need representation in case the FCC comes after us for anything.
Oh, let me
get the blurb. Where's the blurb? Blur it.
There you go.
Time. Oh, and he zings me. He gets me off the show. I've only been on here for what, 11 minutes?
We have that power.
Oh, shame.